Welcome back to the Captain's Log. We've got a ton of news to run through, Eric. Usually I wouldn't do this much news on this program because we're kind of just on the Captain's Log talking about the stuff that we really care about. But there was a lot of stuff that happened this week, and I thought the last couple weeks, so we will
apparently know like none of it.
Well, we'll just, I mean, you know some of it. We will just run this down kind of rapid fire, starting with the big news that came out today, and I'm so glad we found out about this today, since we were making the Mega Show. Disney might be buying 20th Century Fox, which is absolutely crazy, and I am on the fence about whether or not this should happen. Because there are some things that I would love to see that would happen probably because of this, and other things that could be kind of bad. I want to read a comment from Grady Childs, who sent me a message today and said, "This might be fascinating, or this might be happening. I hope it doesn't happen. Fantastic Four can go. I don't see any logical reason for it besides pridefulness, but I doubt we'd be getting rated R films under Disney. Do you think it will happen?" Deadpool is so popular, I don't think we can straight up say that.
I also think there's a possibility that if they get the rights to X-Men back, that will be their R-rated superheroes. I think that's a possibility. We'll just do X-Men hardcore adult.
I also think it's possible that they do 2 X-Men franchises and that they reboot and fold X-Men into...
It can't make any less sense than what we've got right now.
Yeah, and also, Inhumans didn't pan out as their X-Men thing. They obviously... Here's the thing. They have been so desperate for X-Men, I don't see how they don't fold it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that probably happens, but I also think that a set of rated R movies that aren't set in that universe, that maybe kind of are holdovers and hang on to what little bit of Fox X-Men continuity we have left, you know, they hang on to. And, like, what do they do with the TV shows? Do they cancel those? Do they hang on to those? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, it would be a really weird time for them to buy that up.
My immediate assumption was that they wanted to buy Fox to get Silver Surfer and Galactus, and probably Deadpool, but you brought up a good point, which is they might be buying Fox just to get the original Star Wars movies.
Oh, that would be the only reason, but that would be a perk.
I want to believe that they're buying Fox for one reason, and it has to be one.
Just so that
they're really impressed by the Planet of the Apes films. So they're gonna buy 20th Century Fox.
It just came out that they've been talking about this, but they've been in and out of negotiations. So this may or may not happen.
And what's this to do like to Fox, the channel?
Yeah,
like everything that's on Fox Television.
There's pieces of it that they can't get because it gives them too many of certain kinds of things you're not allowed to have more than one of.
Well, I heard sports and news.
News they won't have, sports they won't have, but like the TV network they would, I think. So
they did FX.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it will necessarily do much of anything to those things. Like they'll probably run autonomously, I would figure, but
it's weird.
It is weird. I mean, it's again, you know, I want Galactus and Silver Surfer in MCU. And it's weird because I want that more than FF. Like, at this point, I think he makes a good point. Like, at this point, I don't know...
No, it's all things that F comes with FF. It's Kang, it's Galactus, Silver Surfer.
I feel weird about that because...
I don't want to see the MCU version of Silver Surfer.
Because... why do you say that? You think he'd be too jokey?
I don't want James Gunn's Silver Surfer. He's a real somber, philosophical character.
They might do it properly. Like...
Yeah, and everyone will make fun of him. Like...
Yeah, that's fair. I still want him. I mean, like, you know, hopefully they do him, you know, properly. But I don't want to come out. I don't want to throw FF under the bus and be like, I don't care about FF anymore. Like if anybody's going to finally do those characters right, it's going to be them. And those are sometimes some of the jokiest characters in Marvel. So like the way they're running with some things right now, FF could work just fine. The lightest, yeah, exactly. So I mean, they could work really well. And we've talked at length about what you might do in folding them in when it's weird that they're the first family and they would kind of be the last family. Mm-hmm. You know, when you're bringing them in
even
now.
After the Inhumans.
And it would be kind of weird to, like, suddenly have X-Men and suddenly have Fantastic Four. It's not like those are part of the same world, you know what I mean? But, you know what I really want them to do? If they fold the X-Men in, I want them to just suddenly have people start talking about mutants, because we do that a lot, and I think that's hilarious, where it's just like, we never noticed these people before. But now we have this whole epidemic, apparently, of mutants. What do you do to these people? And that would be very funny. But anyway, so, I don't know. Is it good news? Is it bad news? If it happens, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
it's
know.
that scary thing of maybe Disney's getting way too big, you know.
Yeah, but they've also got, with the exception of a garbage film that they put out this week, they've got pretty good quality control.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't love Force Awakens. It's really safe, but like both the Star Wars films have been good.
Yeah.
Like they seem to have pretty good quality control of when they get other people's material.
Yeah, and they don't squander things. They get them and they try something. So that's good. So we'll see what happens with that. That's potentially fascinating. Nobody's going to care about this but me, but not surprisingly, kind of predictably, Lego Dimensions just got canceled last month. I think part of it is the Toys to Life thing just didn't catch on like some of these companies were hoping it would outside of Skylanders, which I think kind of even predated that name, right? Like, like that, it wasn't even a genre when they started. But Lego Dimensions weirdly put out a lot of things that I think only people my age and older would care about, which seemed counterintuitive because it's such a like a family-friendly, like a casual gamer kind of game, that it's really strange that that a lot of the things you would try would be things like A-Team and Beetlejuice and Mission Impossible and stuff like that. So I'm glad we got as many franchises in that as we did before it got canceled. It's worth getting as it gets cheaper. Like, it's kind of, in some ways good that it's done. I don't know how long there's going to be support for it. I think that could be an issue because you do have to be online to download the stuff that you get with those things. They're not built in. I mean, like it's all downloadable. So I think I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So that could be really problematic. So like
you got to go download all
get it all downloaded and make sure that it somehow stays on your system. So. Anyway, but that's not horribly surprising. I guess it's good for my pocketbook because I was buying a lot of that stuff. But I lost interest in it. I mean, I think also part of the reason it's falling apart is because it got really glitchy. Like, they rushed that last wave really hard. The first wave, everything worked pretty well, and we've been finding goofy glitches all over the place with it. It's rough. Like, things were not ready, and they rushed them out super hard. But we didn't hear any announcements for so long as that stuff was coming out. I was like, I bet they're not going to make any more, and that's exactly what's happened. Zachary Levi is apparently going to be Shazam, which is an interesting choice and really out of left field.
And we're still pretending that we're making a Shazam movie.
You don't think it's going to happen?
We've been pretending we're making a Shazam movie for 10 years.
Well, yeah, that's true. But
I'm also not convinced Aquaman's coming out or The Flash.
We can't. Well, no, there's reason to not be sure about that because that's not even in development right now. You're talking about Flashpoint. Yeah, that's about where we're at. But Aquaman is being made. So
they cast Black Adam 5 years ago,
and now they're not even using that.
They're not even using. No, he's still Black Adam, but he's not going to be in the Shazam movie.
Yeah, isn't he like getting his own movie or something?
Or something? He's going to be in Superman 2 or whatever.
If that even happens now, because we talked about this last time.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just cut away from Man of Steel?
We're not really worried about the whole DCEU thing anymore. This whole thing is bizarre and preposterous. But good on you, Zachary Levi. If you actually get to be Shazam, don't hold your breath. But we're rooting for you, buddy. But do you think that's a good choice? Like,
yeah. Well, we talked about this the other day. I think.
No, but they weren't there.
No, I know. But we talked about this the other day.
We talked about it over tacos. Those were delicious.
They were. I think he's someone. He has to get jacked.
Yeah.
He's really got to do like the Chris Evans thing. Like, he just goes to the gym for like 3 years and just like doesn't leave. And actually works out.
But he can do the childlike wonder thing. And
yeah. He needs to be able to play the kind of innocent kid, the 10-year-old in a man's body. I think he's probably he could be good at that.
It would be really cool to see him get his career jump started again, because I loved him in Chuck, and it's really sad that he hasn't had a whole lot of work since then, or at least not in anything I've watched. He was in the 5th season of Heroes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So we've got some cast for Lion King. I don't know how much of this you were aware of, but this is gonna be a really cool all-star cast. It looks like. Beyonce is going to be Nala. That just came out. Favreau is directing, which I didn't know, and I mean, obviously they went to him because Jungle Book was so successful, and he knows how to make that kind of movie.
He's masterful.
So this could be really cool. I mean, I wasn't excited for it until I heard he was involved. So that's cool. So we knew Donald Glover got Simba. I always mispronounce his name, but Chiwetel Ejiofor, you know that guy. He's Scar. That's a good choice.
Oh.
That's a really good choice.
Okay, I'm going to complain about that in a second, but it's a really good choice.
Go ahead.
No, in a second I'll
What, that
complain.
it's not Jeremy Irons? Like, just complain about it.
Yeah.
What is it? Go ahead.
Yeah, because why would you bring back the original... Why recast anyone if you're going to bring back one of the other actors who doesn't even sound like he did 20 years ago? Recast everyone.
But I don't know if I'm right about this, but looking at all of the names here, at least the people playing the Lions, it looks like they went for an entirely African-American cast, and that might be why you didn't go back to Jeremy Irons.
Okay, that's fine, but I really don't like that we brought James Earl Jones.
No, I'm with you. I don't like that either.
I just think, like, that's so... And it's not what we've done with any of these other live-action reimaginings.
No, you try it with somebody else. Well, you don't have any other great, deep, booming black voices in Hollywood? Like... Right?
Give it to Keith David. Like, what?
And nothing against James Earl Jones, it's just...
No,
like, he's not
he already did this role.
Oh, Keith David would be brilliant.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Alfre Woodard is Sarabi. Yeah, that's cool.
Really?
That's good stuff. Yeah. And then Eric Andre is Azizi. I don't know who that is.
You know Eric Andres or Aziz?
I don't know. I don't know who Eric Andre is.
He's a comedian. You would not like him.
Keegan Michael Key is Kamari. John Oliver.
Oh, that's cool.
John Oliver Zazu. That's brilliant.
That's brilliant.
That's
absolutely brilliant.
There's no better choice. That's brilliant.
Keegan Michael Key's pretty cool.
Seth Rogen is Pumbaa. That seems kind of right there.
Yeah. Who's Timon?
That's cool. Timon is a guy named Billy Eichner, who I guess was in Parks and Rec, but I've never watched that, so I don't know who he was in that.
Oh, I don't know that name offhand.
And again, James Earl Jones is the only person coming back doing the Flossa, but I like that cast a lot.
Yeah, except for James Earl Jones, absolutely.
It was really cool. I mean, and I hope when he comes back, he can do that voice again, because...
He can't do Darth Vader.
He had a hard time with Vader. Now, to be fair, that's pretty much just his voice, you know, but...
it just feels so pointless to not recast that when we recast everything. I don't know, whatever.
Let's blow through some other stuff. You wanted to talk about the Netflix Godzilla trailer?
Yes. So we got a trailer for Godzilla Monster Planet.
Which is a anime Japanese production.
Yes, it's the first time Japan's ever done an anime Godzilla. Although I'm gonna cry
I just want the sentence to end right there. It's the first time Japan has ever made an anime. They don't make those. It's a big deal.
I'm gonna cry a little bit of foul on a year of me being sold that I'm getting an anime Godzilla. First of all, it's being written by a man named Urobuchi. I think it's Gen Urobuchi, who I love his work. At some point, I may show you Madoka Magica, which is the Watchmen of magical girl shows.
Oh, wow.
It's
cool.
Amazing. He also wrote Psycho-Pass, which is also a show you would like. And he wrote Kamara Gaim, which is the best thing ever. He gets the Fruit Ninjas.
Which I really want to see.
Yes.
We'll have to cover something from that list.
Yes.
At some point, yeah.
I just have a complete love affair with this man's work. And I was really excited he was doing Godzilla. And it's supposed to be the first for a trilogy. And it's simultaneously broadcasting everywhere, or in most of the world on Netflix,
which is also
on the same day.
Really unusual.
Yeah, I think they are going to have an actual theatrical premiere in Japan, and then like a couple of days later, it's going to drop on Netflix everywhere. Super excited.
Weird that they're not going to do a Fathom thing here, but
but it's going to be on Netflix.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't. I mean, before you premiere it.
Yeah,
that's not weird.
And then I saw the trailer, and it looks cool, but it's cel-shaded 3D, which is not what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be an anime. That makes me a little less excited.
That's really inconsistent, right?
With?
Forgive me, we've been talking a long time. I had to use something. Where it's sometimes it looks like it's flat 2D animation, and then Godzilla looks like totally 3D, almost like he's real. Like,
well, it's that cel-shaded thing. Like it's
not all
3D.
that way.
No, it is. It's all 3D. It's just cel-shaded, so it looks like a cartoon.
But the people are flat.
No, the people are 3D.
Okay, I'll have to look at it again. That was not the sense I got from it.
Yeah, no. It's just a cel-shaded 3D, and that really disappoints me because I was really excited for an awesome-looking anime Godzilla. And
he just doesn't look like he fits on the same plane of existence as they do.
Which maybe that's a thematic thing, like maybe that's intentional.
Maybe, but yeah.
I'm still really hoping the script is good.
Yeah.
I don't know about.
It doesn't look like what you wanted it to look like.
It's not what I wanted it to look like. But I'm excited. I'm excited. It looks like it's going to be at the very least bombastic. It's going to be like a real big scale Godzilla thing. So I'm excited for that.
I don't have anything to say about this except yay. Stallone is coming back to direct Creed 2. That's pretty cool.
That is really cool.
I'm excited about that. He didn't direct the last one. The last one's wonderful, but it's cool.
I
He's
still
going
have
to
to
do
see it.
at least one more. You haven't seen? Okay, I'll do that. I'll put that on He Made Me Watch.
Yeah. I think that's come up a couple of times.
I'll make a note. I'm excited. I love that movie so much. The last time I saw that movie was when I decided to name my dog after it. Which I just started writing.
That's
Apollo.
weird. Your dog's not named
His name's not Creed. What are you talking about? He made me.
Did you not name him Creed because everyone would be like, why'd you name him after that weird or that lame rock band from the 90s?
Yeah, why does your dog walk around going, with arms wide open? See, he doesn't even have arms. He's got, well, I mean, he does. He's got legs, you know. Anyway,
Golden
so
Streets.
Did you hear the thing about Kathleen Kennedy announcing, like, they have 10 years of plans for Star Wars? Did you hear about this whole thing?
No.
Okay, so
I'd hope they
a
have
lot
at
of
least
people,
10 years of plans.
Right. Here's the thing, though. A lot of people online are freaking out because she has a quote where she talks about the movies post-9 and how they will continue to star the characters they're currently starring. I don't know if you knew about this.
Well, this is a discussion I've had before where I'm like, okay, so are you going to take a break for a while? And
that's not what I'm talking about. She has come out and told us characters that will not die.
Oh, that's what you mean.
That's what I'm talking about, is that
okay.
It will continue to feature the main characters it is featuring right now.
Okay.
So she has named dropped Rey, Poe, Finn, and BB-8. None of these characters we will lose between here and 9,
okay.
which I don't have necessarily a problem with, but it's really weird
that you would tell us that.
That you would tell us that before 8 has even come out. That's all I'm saying. Fair. That was weird.
That's fair. No, that's totally fair.
Now, to come out and be like, at least some of them might still be around, or that, you know, it won't feature a brand new cast like the trilogies usually have, that's fine. But to be like, Rey's going to be in it, Poe's going to be in it, really?
Okay. Yeah, no, that seems weird.
Because a lot of people were suggesting certain characters that might die. That's not going to happen, apparently.
Yeah. That seems weird to come out.
Unless she's lying on purpose.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
we've seen people do this, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I am not calling Kathleen Kennedy a liar. I'm just saying that we've seen people come out. Strategic, sure.
But, yeah, I don't know. That seems weird.
Yeah. So anyway.
To not just say, and the characters you love are going to be there, something like that. To like specifically name drop.
Okay, I don't think you know about this because I feel like you would have told me.
It doesn't say Kylo Ren.
It doesn't say Kylo Ren. Right, but she was talking about like hero characters, I guess. So
that doesn't mean he's not going to swing around.
This suggests that that's the one thing that she didn't want to spoil. Okay, so I'm assuming you don't know about this because I feel like you would have said something.
Okay.
Potential for Lethal Weapon 5.
Another one.
Yes.
Interesting.
Gibson, Glover, and Donner are all talking about coming back.
That's interesting.
They haven't finalized anything yet, but they're in talks. They're talking about it, and it looks like it's probably because of the success of the TV show that they're like, cool. Well, people care about Lethal Weapon again. Maybe we'll come back and do one more.
Shane Black wrote a spec script in the 2000s, and Mel Gibson said he would not come back.
Interesting. But he's on the list of people talking about doing it, so...
Well, and his career's in a very different place now than it was in the mid-2000s.
That's true. It would be weird to see him come back and do a role like that after everything.
Yeah, that's true. I hope if they do it, they get Shane Black back.
Yeah.
And also...
It's kind of sad that he's not on this list.
He talked about what that script is.
It's cool that Donner would do it, because he's done all of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if you want another director at this point.
No. It's got to be Donner. Although I don't know what Donner's done in the past decade.
Me either.
But no, it should be Donner. I want Shane Black back. And his script sounded really cool. It was going to be... like essentially like a Lethal Weapon adventure, but in the middle of the biggest blizzard that's like ever hit LA or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, there's more to it than that. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. Like I'm just.
Look,
but that's really exciting.
Look, we're not going to tell you what time it is right now.
It's later than that. I tried to exaggerate how late it was, gave up doing that, and just said 4 a.m.
I'm sorry, okay? So we should have talked about this earlier when we were talking about the alleged maybe will happen Shazam movie. But apparently now they're talking about a Deathstroke solo film. They just keep announcing things. Stop it! They should make at least 2 more movies before they start announcing anything else.
Get past Justice League, which already doesn't matter.
Get past it. Get past it. Deathstroke, directed by Gareth Evans and played by Joe Manganiello, the guy who was
Gareth Evans or Gareth Edwards.
I don't know.
Okay, Gareth Edwards, the guy that did Rogue One and Godzilla.
Anyway, but the guy that they're apparently tapping for Deathstroke was Flash Thompson and Raimi's Spider-Man.
He's already cast for the Batman.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know if that was the same guy. I couldn't remember. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they're still going with that guy.
Is that going to be the...
Apparently the Batman, he's just not going to be involved in now, and that's where we'll see him first. So.
Is that going to be the DCEU? Is that going to be an Elseworlds? Is that going to be...
Well, who cares? And like,
just make a Teen Titans movie!
It's probably the whole, like...
It's
Deadpool's
Deadpool,
popular,
right?
so we got to do Death, yeah.
But that's not what Deathstroke is.
It's not even the same... It's not remotely the same kind of character.
I mean, he starts as... I mean, Deadpool kind of starts as a ripoff.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but what Deadpool is now and what Deathstroke is, I don't want Deathstroke to be like Deadpool.
And I don't want to get into the Kevin Spacey allegations and all that stuff, but there is something that I want to, for anybody that was a fan of House of Cards, I want to clarify something that people seem confused about, because I've double-checked this with multiple articles, and I'm seeing a lot of people going, oh, House of Cards is, like, totally dead and is not coming back and we're not going to have a resolution. That does not seem to be the case. Kevin Spacey is completely out. Netflix has completely cut ties with him entirely. In fact, they had a movie that he was in that was some kind of a biopic that is in post-production, and they're not going to release it. Like they've completely cut ties with him totally. And again, I don't want to talk about the allegations and all that stuff. But just kind of reporting in case I'm not a journalist, but in case people missed this, because I've been seeing a lot of people confused about it. Apparently, the idea they have stopped. People are confused because they stopped production and they canceled the show, which makes people think that they're not going to finish the show. When they canceled it, they meant after 6. So they were going to make a 7. They've decided we are cutting it off at 6, and they are rewriting everything to write him out, so they can do one last season and wipe like wrap up all the threads, but without him in it.
Not having seen that show, what is that show without Frank Underwood?
It's Claire Underwood.
Okay.
And they actually, if they play their House of Cards right, they wrote an ending for season 5 without giving it away that they have an easy out if they do it correctly.
Okay.
I'm seeing a lot of people saying they think they're going to have him assassinated, which would be really stupid, because in season 3 there is an assassination attempt that he recovers from. How super lame would it be if there's just another one and this time it like that would be really bad. No, they have an out, and I don't want to give anything away about that show right now in case people want to watch it, but I'll tell you later why it could be okay. Kind of. I mean, it would still be really strange, because he has been the protagonist of that show. But there's kind of like a sort of change of hands that happens in 5, where, or not a change of hands, but where at the very least she starts to look like the dual protagonist, and so there's a change of hands thing you could do with it.
Okay.
Quick question from one of our viewers, Robert Emmett. Thoughts on the rumor that Zachary Montgomery, Jason from the new Power Rangers film, may be in the running for Nightwing after he tweeted a picture of the character and it got deleted shortly after? I think that's a good pick.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be fine.
If they make a movie that actually,
well, he could be in one of the Batman movies.
Yeah, or but like that Titans thing is actually like in production and stuff. Right?
So
it's not
TV
that.
show.
No. I'm saying I don't know. Like he just said Nightwing. I don't know.
But
I'm assuming that's already all cast and stuff. So it's probably not that.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I don't think it's that. I don't think it's a TV show, but it could be anything.
TV show, yeah.
Yeah.
That I'm not going to get to see because I'm not going to pay for the stupid streaming service.
Yeah, right.
I love Young Justice, but I'm sorry.
Okay, we're going to go into a new feature, which is actually an old feature, comment of the week, and then we'll do the open forum. So my favorite comment from last week was on the full 6.5 million hour
no, that's this one.
omnibus from last time, where this was the first comment that was left on that video. It was Michael McAllister. He just said, "I wish the video was longer," which totally cracked me up, but I thought it was really funny. Let's go on it. Good job. You get comment of the week, sir. Yay, comment of the week! And now we're gonna go to the open forum. We're gonna go through these as quickly as possible because yeah, we've it's late. And we've been talking a good long time. Captain Logan, this is from Michael Hayes. In your last Primetime Crisis, you asked if we could have something in between the Orville and Discovery. Do you think Doctor Who can be that? In some ways, Doctor Who is like Star Trek, and compared to Discovery, it's more lighthearted and for children. There's more to this, but I'm not going to read the entire thing. I mean, what do you think? Like, should we look at it that way? My problem with that is,
it's its own thing.
Discovery is not exactly hard science fiction or anything, but Doctor Who, like, really blurs the line between science fiction and science fantasy, and that's my issue with that. Like, yeah, it can be really thought-provoking science fiction, certainly, but I'm not going to look at it as the in-between Orville and Discovery.
No, it's just its own thing. Yeah. No, I agree completely.
I mean, it's not even a futuristic series. It's time travel. It's everything.
Yeah, it's a completely different thing.
See, like, I just think it scratches a different itch. Certainly. Yeah, and there are similarities you can draw.
Yeah.
This is Hamza Bajula. yeah, sure. What do you got? There's a reason that IDW doesn't have the license anymore. That's all I'm saying.
Wow, shots fired.
I love IDW. You guys did not know what you were doing with Doctor Who. I didn't read very much of their actual Doctor Who.
I did. It was bad.
Okay, well, there we go. Apparently. What do you guys want to see in potential MCU Spider-Man sequels, Spider-Man and Daredevil team-up, Clone Saga, etc.? Do you have any just real quick go-tos of stuff that you want to see? We've talked about how we don't want it to just be team-ups.
Yeah. I want Mysterio.
I want the Spot.
I want Mysterio.
I think there's a really good likelihood Mysterio is the very next thing they do.
We'll see.
I could certainly see that.
Does they rush to Sinister Six?
Yeah, I mean, I would certainly like, Venom and Carnage to actually be in the Spider-Man universe. That'd be great.
And Kraven.
Yeah, and we've talked about this ad nauseum on some speculation videos, so go check those out, and there's probably more interesting things that I said there. And
and Man Spider. Let's do that. Let's do Man. We've never done that in film. Let's do Man Spider.
No, really, like in high school. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, he gets
I can't tell if you're
arms.
joking right now. I think it's a great idea.
I'm somewhere in between. I'm in the Doctor Who between the STD of.
Could you stop that? It was a totally fair question. So.
No, I'm not making fun of it.
Daniel Gould,
I'm just tired.
How do you think the rise in manga popularity with younger people has affected the comic landscape and the influence it had on new creators who grew up reading that style as opposed to mainly Western comics?
So this is really interesting.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't seem to have impacted that much at all. There are certain... Like, it's weird. Because I don't think that generation has actually started making comics yet. Because when you see that influence, it's either very literal... There's a fencing comic coming out called Fence.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
That's based on, or that's inspired by a bunch of, like, sports mangas and things like that. So, like, we're getting some very literal, there's basically, what looks like almost a Sailor Moon, like, ripoff comic that exists. We're getting stuff like that. Outside of that, in just mainstream comics, it seems like the inspiration has been, like, giant robots and things like, you can see some manga inspiration, but I think we're still a generation away from the creators that, like, grew up on Toonami, and I don't know what happens when they get involved. Like my generation, probably, like, slightly older. Because most comic creators at this point are in their 40s.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
So I actually still think we're a generation away from the generation that could have grown up reading manga and comics side by side interchangeably.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing a lot of manga influence in American comics, though.
Artistically?
Yeah.
But not writing-wise.
You don't think?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, again, token stuff. Giant robots. But not the storytelling, not the...
I gotta be honest with you, I see, and people are gonna give me crap for saying this, I see stilted dialogue sometimes that I suspect comes from watching a lot of anime.
That might be.
Where you'll just have a big string of dialogue where somebody just, like, talks really fast, talks for long, or I imagine it talking really fast. It's just like, yeah, that person grew up watching, like, exclusively anime. I feel like that sometimes.
But I actually don't think the full impact can be felt yet. I think we're still about a decade away from that.
Last question in the forum, Christopher Garrett, how would you keep superhero TV from reaching oversaturation? My question is, are we already there?
Yeah, let's get rid of everything on the CW. Fixed it. Did it.
Yeah, it just depends on what you mean by oversaturation. Like, is it okay that we have more stuff in that genre than anybody can possibly keep up with in a week? Like, even if it was all good, is that okay? Is it dictionary definition saturated if a comic book fan can't watch everything comic book on TV? Like, I would say it's almost
well, he's specifically
almost
said
in a place,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but there's still enough stuff that is specifically superhero, and you can still count the X-Men shows as that. Like,
yeah.
Like, I feel like that's so loose, right? I feel like we're in a place where there's so much superhero TV, you would be not any more hard-pressed to watch every cop show.
Okay, but...
Right? Like...
But, again, cut all the CW shows, you have 2 X-Men shows, and a Netflix show that drops once every 6 months.
No, you have more than that. Yeah.
What else is there? Superhero?
There's Gotham.
Okay, Gotham.
No, there's others. Well, there's about to be more stuff, you know? I mean, you're right, there is a lot of CW. Maybe if you're dropping everything on the CW, that's close to half of it. But I mean, like you said, you have 2 X-Men shows, you're about to have another X-Men show, you got the tick, like you have to remember also the streaming stuff, right? Like,
but I'm saying the streaming stuff drops all at once. Like, if you're just talking about like how to watch it in a week, the X-Men shows aren't coming out at the same time.
Yeah.
And the streaming shows just kind of
I just don't know what we mean by saturation. Like is it just it's too played out and we're telling the same stories over and
over again? I think it's too played out
like,
on the CW because they are telling the same stories on 4 different shows.
Yeah, but I complain
that
that The Gifted does feel a little bit too been there, done that. Like, they've got some insights here and there, but
well, that's because of things like Heroes and
yeah.
I think it's time to start experimenting more. Let's do some weirder stuff. Let's do some more out there.
But like, we're about to get Krypton. Like, there's a bunch of stuff that's also about to happen.
Like, okay, so like Game of Thrones is real big. Give me New Gods.
Yeah, but Krypton is supposed to sort of be Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm with you. New Gods will be really interesting. But I mean, they're going to do that Titan show. Like, we're about to get hit real hard again.
Yeah, and hopefully none of them feel like anything else. Hopefully they all feel individual.
Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, well.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean,
yeah,
like,
well, and
it doesn't matter if you're interested in it.
And the New Warriors. And the New Warriors is also. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you care.
I'm just saying it's on freeform.
The question
does that really count as television?
Yeah, no, I'm with you.